Imagine paying rent for an apartment so small you can touch the bed, kitchen, and desk without taking a step, yet somehow it feels calm, organized, even luxurious in its own quiet way. In Japan, millions of people live in apartments smaller than a parking space in some countries, and they're not miserable. So, how do Japanese apartments manage to be tiny, yet incredibly comfortable? This isn't an accident. It's not just about space shortages or high rent. Japanese apartments are the result of centuries of design philosophy, cultural values, and a deep understanding of how humans actually live. Today, we're breaking down why Japanese apartments are so small yet feel so good to live in, and what the rest of the world keeps getting wrong about space. 1. Space is treated as a resource, not a right. In many parts of the world, space is treated like an entitlement. The more you earn, the bigger your home is expected to be. Large living rooms, wide hallways, guest rooms that are barely used space becomes a symbol of success. Japan approaches this very differently. In Japan, space is not something you demand. It is something you respect. This mindset is shaped first by geography. Japan is a narrow, mountainous island nation, where nearly 3/4 of the land is uninhabitable. Flat, buildable land is rare, and where it exists, it is shared by millions of people. Cities like Tokyo did not have the luxury of spreading outward endlessly. They couldn't become sprawling suburbs. Instead, they grew upward, stacking life vertically, and inward, compressing function into smaller footprints. But what's fascinating is that Japanese design didn't respond to this limitation with frustration. It responded with precision. Rather than asking, "How can we make homes bigger?" Japanese architects and planners asked something far more radical. How small can a space be, without harming the quality of life inside it? That single question changes everything. When space is treated as a finite resource, every square meter matters. Dead space becomes unacceptable. Wide, empty rooms are seen not as luxurious, but as inefficient. And so, Japanese apartments are designed like carefully engineered systems where nothing is wasted and everything earns its place. 2. Function comes before aesthetics. In many modern homes, design begins with appearance. Colors first, trends second. Furniture chosen to impress visitors rather than serve the person living there. Japanese apartments reverse this process completely. They do not begin with, "What will look good on Instagram?" They begin with one quiet, practical question: what will be used every single day? Every object must justify its existence. Beds fold into walls not to be clever but to free space during the day. Tables are sized exactly for the body that will sit at them. Desks often double as dining surfaces. Stairs, where they exist, hide drawers beneath each step. Closets stretch upward, not outward, using vertical space that would otherwise be ignored. Even kitchens, often no wider than an arm span, are designed so that nothing is more than one step away. Cooking becomes efficient, not chaotic. Nothing is added, just because. Nothing exists purely for decoration. And this has a powerful psychological effect. When your environment is built around use rather than excess, your attention isn't constantly pulled in different directions. There's less visual noise, less mental clutter. The space works with you, not against you. And slowly, without realizing it, your mind begins to feel lighter too. 3. Minimalism is cultural, not trendy. In much of the Western world, minimalism is often treated like a costume. It's something you try on for a while, an experiment, a response to feeling burnt out, or a reaction to the endless tide of consumerism. People declutter, sell old things, or embrace capsule wardrobes, only to gradually return to the chaos once life accelerates again. Minimalism, in these contexts, is often fleeting, a phase dictated by emotion, not philosophy. In Japan, minimalism was never a trend. It was never a rebellion or a lifestyle fad. Instead, it is a natural expression of life itself. It is a reflection of a cultural mindset that prioritizes intention over accumulation, function over decoration. This mindset has deep roots in Zen Buddhism, a philosophy that teaches the value of emptiness not as something to fear or to fill, but as a space brimming with potential. To a Westerner, an empty room might seem barren. To a Japanese household, an empty room is ready. It is a canvas, a place where life can unfold without constraint. Traditional Japanese homes embraced this idea fully. Furniture was minimal, light, and movable. Rooms were fluid, defined not by walls or fixed structures, but by the people inhabiting them. At night, futons would be unrolled for sleep. In the morning, they would be folded and tucked away, transforming the same space into a living room. By day, that same room could become a dining area, a workspace, or a gathering place for family. The room adapted to human life, not the other way around. Every object, every piece of furniture had a purpose, and when that purpose was complete, it was hidden, stored, or removed. This fluid approach is far from lost in modern Japanese apartments. Even today, bedrooms are rarely just bedrooms. They serve multiple roles. A place to work during the day, to eat in the evening, to rest at night. Walls no longer dictate identity. Usage does. In a single space, an individual can experience multiple aspects of life without the need for excess. One room becomes many rooms. One space holds many lives. And this transformation doesn't come through size or accumulation, it comes through intentionality. Minimalism in Japan is not about restriction or deprivation. It is about freedom. Freedom from clutter. Freedom from distraction. Freedom to let your environment bend to your life instead of bending your life to your environment. In Japan, less is not just more, it is everything. 4. Storage is invisible but brilliant. Step inside a typical Japanese apartment, and the first thing you notice might be a sense of almost impossible spaciousness. The surfaces are clear. No clutter competes for attention. No oversized wardrobes dominate the room. No piles of possessions scream for recognition. And yet, the residents of these homes are not living with less, they are living with exactly what they need. The secret lies in the art of invisible storage. Japanese apartments don't simply add closets as an afterthought. Storage is meticulously integrated into the very architecture of the home. Every crevice, corner, and gap is an opportunity to hide what doesn't need to be seen. Drawers slide quietly under the floor, using space most people wouldn't even consider. Overhead compartments rise above door frames, making use of areas our eyes naturally ignore. Walls are punctuated with hidden panels that conceal shelves, cabinets, and even secret compartments. And even bathrooms, which often struggle with moisture and small dimensions, hide storage beneath bathtubs in compartments designed to withstand dampness. This approach is no accident. It is deliberate, almost ritualistic. The goal is not to showcase possessions, but to remove visual noise entirely. When the walls are empty, when surfaces remain pristine, the eye can move freely through the space. And when the eyes relax, so does the mind. In small spaces, what you see often matters more than what you measure. Visible clutter compresses the mind as much as the room itself. Hidden storage, by contrast, creates a sense of openness, of breathing room, even in tiny apartments. Japanese design understands a fundamental truth about the human psyche. Our environment shapes our experience. What overwhelms the eye will eventually overwhelm the mind. By keeping possessions out of sight, Japanese homes cultivate mental clarity, focus, and calm. It is a philosophy that transforms mere square footage into an expansive, serene living space. In Japan, storage is not just practical, it is an art form. It allows a life of simplicity without sacrificing utility. It is invisible, but its impact is profound. By concealing the unnecessary space, becomes a vessel for possibility. A place where life is not dictated by walls, but liberated by design. 5. Cleanliness makes small feel bigger. In Japan, cleanliness is not a weekend activity. It is not something you get around to when things become unbearable. Cleanliness is a daily rhythm. From a young age, Japanese children clean their classrooms themselves. There is no expectation that someone else will take care of disorder for you. Order is a shared responsibility and a personal discipline. This mindset carries directly into the home. Shoes never cross the threshold of living spaces, keeping outside dirt from spreading inward. Entryways are designed as transition zones, clear boundaries between chaos and calm. Wet areas and dry areas are strictly separated. Bathrooms are often self-contained, Waterproof rooms designed to be rinsed and wiped daily. There is no fear of water damage because the space was built for it. Surfaces are smooth. Corners are accessible. Materials are chosen not just for beauty, but for how easily they can be cleaned. And the effect is profound. A clean space reflects more light. It smells fresher. It feels larger, even when it isn't. Small plus clean feels intentional. Small plus messy feels claustrophobic. Japan mastered this distinction long ago and built its apartments accordingly. 6. Comfort is psychological, not just physical. This is the part most people misunderstand. Comfort is not primarily about how many square meters you have. It's about how much control you feel within those meters. In Japanese apartments, control is built into the experience of living. You control the light often with layered lighting instead of one harsh ceiling bulb. You control sound through layout, materials, and quiet appliances. You control temperature room by room, not house-wide. You control layout because furniture is flexible and spaces are adaptable. And you control storage because everything has a designated place. When nothing is random, your environment stops demanding constant decisions from you. You don't wonder where things belong. You don't fight your space. You don't feel surrounded by unfinished tasks. Instead, the apartment quietly supports your daily life. And when your space stops resisting you, even 20 square meters can feel calm. Even small can feel enough. Japanese apartments teach us something uncomfortable, but deeply powerful. More space does not automatically create more comfort. More possessions do not guarantee a better life. Sometimes, comfort comes from clarity, not excess. From intention, not accumulation. From spaces designed to support how we live rather than impress how we look. So the next time you see a tiny Japanese apartment and think, how could anyone live there? Try asking a different question. What if we've been measuring comfort the wrong way this whole time? If this changed how you see space and comfort, like the video, subscribe for more quiet design wisdom, and comment below. Could you live comfortably in a Japanese-style apartment? Because sometimes, less really is more.